It's been another wow summer. We set out with a full tank of fuel, a loose plan, and a healthy amount of blind faith. Episode 1 dropped us with family and a big graduation in South Lake Tahoe. From there, we cycled Lake Almanor and then hopped over the Cascades to stop at the Van Expo in Oregon. We chased waterfalls along the Columbia River Gorge on an old-fashioned trolley. Then we were off to visit more family in Washington, where we pedaled the route of the Hiawatha to experience 11 tunnels, 9 sky-high trestles, muddy clothes, and smiles all around. Montana welcomed us with big skies, big cowboys, and even bigger history in Great Falls, proof that Lewis and Clark were much tougher than we will ever be. Next came Bighorn Canyon and the Bighorn Mountains, where wild horses run free and wide open spaces remind us why we love van life. Wyoming wasn't done with us yet, with a beautiful hike to a medicine wheel, a waterfall, and then on to Devil's Tower. Absolutely stunning. South Dakota welcomed us back for the third time. Spearfish is charming, the fish hatchery fascinating, and our friends always welcoming. Episode 9 had us at the Mammoth site for the largest collection of mammoths in the world, and then we wrapped it up at Fort Laramie, standing where pioneers once stood, realizing that travel then and now is about the same thing: curiosity, courage, and not always knowing what's around the next bend. 9 episodes, thousands of miles, a summer full of views we couldn't believe, lessons we didn't expect, and memories we'll carry long after John washes the dust off the van. But now, our final summer episode before returning home. We leave the plains behind on Colorado's Highway 34, the gateway to Rocky Mountains National Park. It climbs through Big Thompson Canyon, where the river squeezes between towering granite walls. It's easy to forget that this was once a rough wagon trail, blasted out by hand more than a century ago to connect Loveland and the mountain town of Estes Park. One of the people who made Estes Park famous was F.O. Stanley, the inventor of the Stanley Steamer automobile. He built the Stanley Hotel here in 1909 and pushed for better roads so that more people could experience the mountains. We're just hanging out at the visitor center in Estes Park, and it's very crowded and busy. We can't get in because we don't have a reservation, but we have a reservation at the campground, so we can get in at 1. Okay, so we're here at the visitor center, which is right there. The entrance is about 5 or 6 miles away, and then the campground is right next to it. So that's where we have one night, and then tomorrow we have one night down here at Moraine Campground. Our first night was at Aspen Glen Campground, tucked into the pines right at the base of Old Fall River Road. It's quiet and green. You may see elk. We only saw turkeys. But you are within walking distance of one of the park's 6 visitor centers, and it's the perfect base camp for tomorrow's adventure. The park's most historic drive. Oh, isn't that pretty? Nice spot. Once again, no bugs. You seen any bugs? Yeah. It's a nice site. It's number 38. That over there is the visitor center and stores. I didn't know that wolverines were called skunk bears. Okay, Sloppy Joes, let me know what you think. That was kind of fake.
What is that? Is that a turkey? I think it's a turkey.
Look at those little guys. In the Rockies, you can practically set your clock by the afternoon thunderstorms. It's nature's daily reminder that the sky is about to put on a show. That's pretty spectacular. Wow. that it close it up. Fast. Of course, John slept right through it. But it was beautiful last night. Ugh. And it's beautiful this morning. Ah, it smells so good. This morning I'm going to make up the last half of the scone mix, and it just requires water. Interesting story about cake mixes, because when they first came out, I don't know when that was, the 40s, the 50s, whenever it was, they were just add water mixes. But the public they kind of rejected them because it was just water. I guess they didn't trust that. But when they started telling people to add eggs and maybe milk, then they took off. I see what you're doing there, dude. I think I need a new Omnia oven, John. It's starting to sit crooked on the base. It's hot. Oh, kind of early for a thunderstorm. It's only not even 11. Turkeys are back. Ooh, Rocky Mountain National Park was created in 1915, right as the automobile was changing everything. Visitors wanted to reach the alpine world above the trees, but there weren't any roads. So in 1913, construction began on what became Old Fall River Road.
One way up only, road over, up only, can't go back.
It took 8 years of hand labor, dynamite, and mule teams to carve those 11 narrow miles up the side of Mount Chapin and Mount Chiquita. When it opened in 1920, it was the first road over the Continental Divide inside any national park.
River Trip Road. One way, be prepared, rapidly changing weather and driving conditions ahead. 9 miles to Fall River Pass. Steep, narrow switchbacks, no vehicles over 25 feet.
Today, Old Fall River Road is one way, all dirt and gravel, with sharp switchbacks and no guardrails. The drive is slow, part scenic, part suspenseful, and every turn opens to a new view. Not for those afraid of heights or their partners driving. John didn't want to do this, but it's a national park. It's not going to be hard. It's just the Old Fall River Road that's dirt, 9 miles one way, and I can already see there are turnouts, so I think this is going to be cool. The only issue is this storm that's coming in, but I don't know. It's Colorado. The first reported fatality occurred on August 22, 1918, when a car driven by a man from Illinois veered off the incomplete Fall River Road, killing his wife, 2 sons, and another passenger. 22 minor accidents were reported, mostly involving mishaps between automobiles and saddle horses. The first full summer of operation saw over 300,000 visitors drive the road. Gorgeous. Take advantage. So it was 10,500 feet. It's a marmot. What you snacking on, dude? Oh, aren't you cute? You're too cute. Yeah, you are. World War I made finding labor challenging, even though wages of $5 per day were the highest ever paid for road work in Colorado. Winter snows and funding also contributed to delays. Upon completion, the narrow dirt path included 16 hairpin curves, some with turning radius so tight that it was necessary to back up. I admit that I had to back up once. Some stretches had a 16% slope. Because of the peculiar gear ratio in a Model T and gravity-fed fuel systems, Some drivers could only progress by backing up the road in reverse. When finally completed in 1920, the contractor ordered all his workers to go fishing. Before Trail Ridge Road was built, everyone had to go back down Old Fall River, the same way they came up, which must have been a white-knuckle experience. At the top, the road meets Trail Ridge Road, the paved highway built in the 1930s that eventually replaced it. Trail Ridge became part of Highway 34 too, and today it's still the highest continuous paved highway in the United States, topping out at over 12,000 feet. Another visitor center greets you at the top. Consider yourself lucky if you find a place to park. What a lineup. Yeah, I don't think so. Turn that off. We're about 12,000 feet, and our bag of chips is ready to give birth. That was a great lunch stop. And I put the camera on the top of the van to try to get a time lapse. Beautiful alpine lake. Oh, I want to go hiking. I want to do that Ute Trail. It's sleet now on the windshield. 12,000. Yeah, 12,000. Oh, yeah. The descent toward Moraine Park is breathtaking and steep. It's turned to hail. The road drops more than 3,000 feet in about 20 miles, winding through alpine tundra and dense forests before opening into the broad meadow below. Early drivers had to stop to cool their brakes. That's pretty cool. Man, oh man alive. Discovery Center here at Moraine Park closes at 4:30, but we got in time to check all of our email, and I was able to download some maps so if I can go on a hike tomorrow. This is actually our first time to Rocky Mountain National Park. We've been to the Rocky Mountains many times. We actually did a backpacking honeymoon trip here in 1975. And before that, I did a 23-day outward bound course here in the Colorado Rockies. So it's not new to us, but the park was. Now today, John's knee is bothering him. He needs to probably take a couple weeks off of that knee and do some strengthening and stuff like that. He's had it looked at by a doctor, and the doctor said there wasn't anything wrong with it, except for age, maybe some bone on bone. But I'm going to do a hike before we head to my brother's place in near Cotopaxi. And it's just right outside the campground. It's called Cub Lake, I believe. And so I'll do that and get back, hopefully before checkout time. And then we will head to my brother's place where we'll spend probably almost a week, well, probably 5 days. I have a niece who's coming in to visit. It's her dad. And we'll have a great visit with her, as we always do. And then we will decide what we're going to do from there, because it's up in the air right now. Not sure how much filming I will do from my brother's place, but if something interesting happens, then I certainly will. Cub Lake is what it's called. Trailhead's a quarter mile, so that adds almost a mile more. And because it's checkout here is at noon, I'm just going to walk. It's 8:30 now. I'll just walk until like 10 and turn around. Another trailhead down there. And this is where we start. have 40-mile-an-hour gusts today. And I've gone, I don't know, a mile and a quarter from the campground. There's the marmot. Mr. Marmot. I don't mind the uphill. It's the downhill that gets me. Hopefully my knees will hold out. Tell we're almost there. Yeah, there's a clearing. And I told myself I would turn around at 10, and it is 9:54. Here we are. Wow, it's getting all covered with lily pads. Is 9:57. I'm going to see if I can send John a satellite text message. Excellent, it went through. And I got confirmation 3 miles to this end of the lake from the campground. John's going to pick me up at the trailhead, which cuts off about a half a mile. So 2.5 miles back. Huge number of butterflies in here. There's a marmot. I think they're called golden-bellied marmots. We were watching an episode of Matt's Off-Road last night, and it was a weird one. This woman down in Las Vegas had gone for a drive. She didn't tell anybody where she was going. In her Jeep Odyssey, I think it was. And so she went off-road and she got stuck. She got high-centered. And then she walked out. Apparently she spent a night in the desert. But this is summertime. And walked out. Somebody picked her up. And then she didn't know where her vehicle was. So Matt goes down there with his crew. And they give him all these wrong pins. And maybe 5 hours later, I think it took them to find this vehicle. Nowhere near the pins that they had given him. And I just think this is a weird story because, I don't know, maybe she doesn't have a phone that has satellite capability. Or, I don't know, it just seems like there's some part of this story is missing. I don't know, if any of you guys saw it, let me know what you think. How do you survive 2 days in the desert? She must have had a ton of water with her. Walking out, I think it was only 5 miles though from where her car was stuck. And she didn't have a key. That was the other weird thing. Oh. And you'd think they'd have an extra set of keys at home. But whatever. There he is, waiting for me. .44 miles. Thanks for the lift. 14 people coming when I was coming down the trail. Going up, I think I forgot what it was. And my knees still feel good. Even though that last 3/4 mile is pretty darn steep. Totally unexpected rain.
windmill's turning. The solar is solaring. There he is.
What a great night. Oh, the cool air coming in here. And we are at my absolute favorite Moochdocking site. And Moochdocking is usually family or friends. And in this case, it's my oldest brother, who's 10 years older. Like to rub it in. And I'll show you why it's the ultimate. Not just because of the great weather they have here at 7,500 feet. Let me show you why this is the ultimate Moochdocking place. First of all, the views are great. He's got power, and he's got water, and he's got sewer. And the reason he has all this stuff is because he built this place, and they lived in their fifth wheel while they were building it. And I don't know, I think it took 10 or 20 years, but it was a long time. And he's got some chickens down here. So we're not in his driveway. We're up actually. So this is his work, what do you call that? A warehouse with the tools. It's his tool shed. I think it's 5,000 square feet or something like that. And then he's got some chickens down here. They're fairly new, so they haven't started laying yet. Where are you girls? Oh, they're inside. One of the things I'm hoping to get done while I'm here is because he built the house, he's got all the woodworking stuff in there. And we're going to build a little tiny frame for the control panel. And I'll have a picture made. You know, they can put pictures on, fabric or canvas or something. And we'll cover up that. I'll use Velcro. I'll cover up the control panel so the light is all blocked. We have a view of the Rockies over on this side from there. I can't see it right now because it's cloudy. But and the temperature is so perfect right now. Okay, enough of that. I'm gonna go make some oatmeal. I forgot the other stuff. He's got a lift, so we can get up and clean the roof of the vehicle. And his wife is a sewer, and she's got all the equipment, so if there's anything I want to do sewing-wise, it's all there. And down out there. You can't really see it here, but you can hear it. Got our 4 pieces cut. But now, trying out the frame to see how it fits, and it's going to be a perfect fit. I'm going to I'm not sure what I'm going to cover it with. Either it will be fabric or it will be like a picture that you have put on canvas or something like that. Wow, bluebird just landed on the fence.
Alright, smiling. Poor guys.
Break it already?
In the settings. I did in the settings and change that. You can dial it up or down. You can make it more bright or less bright. I think I took it basically to neutral.
Where I want them. I do this all the time, Debbie. So
I know. Oh, I love it.
it's you and Jody and John.
Yeah. We have had such a great trip, and our visit here in Colorado was spectacular. Did a little bit of sewing, some artwork, some woodworking, some plumbing, some demolition. Anyway, it's always fun. So now we're going to head home. We're not going to spend another week out. We got too much to do at home. I'm going to take 3 days. Today, we're going to go to Durango. It's like 200 or 300 miles away. We trying to avoid the heat as much as possible. And then tomorrow into the Flagstaff area where we'll still be at elevation. And then one long, grueling drive back to home base. And I'm really pleased that I was able to get my sister-in-law's serger working. I have one just like it. I think it's been in a box for 15 years and she hasn't tried it. So we got that working, and I think that'll be great for her. There's a strange quiet moment at the end of a long road trip when you realize that the world you've been living in is slowly slipping behind you. Your mind is still out there somewhere on a lonely stretch of highway, and you're unloading memories, stories, and a version of yourself that only exists on the road. It's bittersweet. You're grateful to be going home, yet part of you aches for one more sunrise, one more stop, one more adventure.
There is Chimney Rock, and we just might go there tomorrow. We're hoping we'll find a spot.
In 800 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Nights 1 to 4 are tent only. Let's get an envelope. Okay. There we go. And the cost is, so it'll be $11 for us. This place is wide open, and it is a Saturday night. I am finally testing out the freezer of this van to see if it's cold enough to keep ice cream. These are those yogurt bars. I like them. They're pretty good. And the answer is yes. John was very skeptical. John says that's half an English breakfast. We hadn't intended to stop anywhere on the way home, just to kind of jet home. But when I read in the reviews of this campground that we're close to the Chimney Rock National Monument, how could we not stop? I am surprised at how empty this campground is. I don't think there are more than maybe 4 people here. Very different look from this side. Open 9 to 4:30.
The road to Chimney Rock winds through pinyon and juniper, climbing higher until the 2 pillars, Chimney Rock and Companion Rock, appear like ancient sentinels.
Nice view. Wow.
Between 925 and 1125, the community grew to 2,000 people and included roughly 200 dwellings, including the Great House on the ridge.
200 structures in the monument? Wow.
Pit house was excavated, restored, and stabilized by archaeologists in 1971.
It is here that this ancient Pueblo culture built the Great House to view a rare astronomical event called the Major Lunar Standstill. Every 18.6 years, the moon aligns perfectly between the twin spires. To ancient sky watchers, this was predictable and meaningful.
This section of wall under the wooden frame is the only section of wall in its original state. Between these rocks and those in the rest of the wall, to your left is a line in the wall where 2 sections meet.
From the Great House, you can see forever the San Juan Mountains on one side, vast desert plateaus on the other.
7,620 feet. This is all that remains of a lookout tower built by the CCC in 1940 for fire detection. Removed in 2010, so future lunar standstills would be visible from the Great House. Cool. Great spot. Good stop, highly recommend.
We don't take a single day for granted. We're grateful for the freedom to wander, for our health, for our simple mode of transport, and for the friendships we make along the way.
Man, this is beautiful out here.
This life is a gift, and we're grateful we can share it all with you.
So we're in Cayenta, where John and I broke down on our honeymoon 50 years ago. This is the Burger King that has kind of a little miniature museum about the code talkers inside of it.
reminds me of Death Valley, doesn't it? It's our last night. We found a dispersed spot not too far from Williams, and a lot of other people out here too. But it's nice and cool. It's only 64 degrees. Get up early tomorrow and get home. That's a wrap on our summer adventures. We appreciate you coming along and hope you'll join us next time as we begin our fall season in search of the ancients. Welcome